Welcome back to the Wise Divine Women podcast, where we help you go from fed up to faith fueled, helping you to become the wise divine women that you've been called to be. So, as promised, the bonus episode 2, the Touch Your Tatas program, is the biggest health mistakes that women make over 40 for breast health, but also how to gently correct them. As you know, we've gone through our breast health masterclass, Touch Your Tatas, and there's also a do-it-yourself program on the Wise Divine Women Collective for breast health called Touch Your Tatas. Was created to help women not only just touch their tatas, but to be more self-aware, more understanding of how to do a self-breast exam, nutrition, to help promote better breast health, and really to help women start navigating themselves out of fear into understanding, right? And having compassion for themselves. We have this 1 in 8 stat for women, which really is terrible because there's so many other health issues that are going on in the world. But when we're talking about the changes to the system from in Canada and United States, where they are promoting or advocating for better testing, but mammograms starting now at the age of 40. The 1 or 2 mammograms are not the big deal, but it's the accumulated total of mammograms for when you're all done taking them after 70. That seems to be an issue. The compression for some women, the pain when dense breast tissue, and the obvious limitations that it may have when you are trying to advocate yourself for ultrasound with dense breast tissue or for further investigation, just doing ultrasounds. So, I mean, that's something you have to discuss with your medical practitioners, and you have to advocate for yourself. And I'm neither here nor there. Using and understanding the technology that's there to say yes or no, please do it. But understanding breast health as part of the entire body has always been my goal. Thermography plays a role with that. It does not diagnose, right? And we come into an understanding that thermography is an advocate tool to understand the body as a whole, your whole composition, the whole environment, the whole, your bacteria, your toxins, your environmental toxins, the stress of your life, and functional or musculoskeletal issues that occur that can inhibit all those things. And really, they are just the cherries on top, and they will reflect the rest of your health. Okay, so I'll come off my high horse about testing. But really, the biggest breast health mistakes that we can make over 40, right, are so many different things. So as we're moving from our 40s and beyond, breast health often becomes more confusing, not less, right? Hormones fluctuate, breast change, the texture changes, tenderness can appear, they can change in size, the nipples can change as well. And all these things become very concerning. What are we supposed to alert? And what are we supposed to ignore, and what's part of the normal? I think that changes for everyone, right? So unfortunately, most of the time we haven't talked exclusively about breast health. That whole thing can be incomplete, fear-based, and rather reactive rather than preventative. And as you know, my whole goal is speaking the truth and or education on breast health. So the truth is, breast health after 40 requires a different approach, rooted in awareness, daily support, and whole body connection, not just separate. Here are the most common mistakes that we make, and how shifting just a few of our habits can radically change how our breasts feel and function. So number 1, treating breast health as a once-a-year event. Biggest mistake. Right? Many women solely rely on annual screenings to check the box for their breast health. While imaging has its place and it's important, breasts change throughout the year due to hormones, stress, inflammation, and lymphatic flow. When care only happens annually, early signs often get missed. I advocate for so much. So please go to the Touch Your Tatas, grab my 5 minutes to wellness, right? So what does help, right? Rather than just treating your breasts as a once a year event, we can do our monthly self breast exams, support daily habits to support digestive health, hormone health, and lymphatic flow, and build an ongoing relationship with your body. Number 2, normalizing pain, tenderness, and congestion. It's just normal. You're just menopausal. You're just a woman. You're crazy. Breast pain, heaviness, swelling, cystic changes are often brushed off as being you're in menopause, you're hormonal, you're in perimenopause. Let's not sweep it under the rug. It's not just part of aging. These symptoms can sometimes not be random. They can be signs of congestion, inflammation, and a sluggish detox pathways, especially for us over 40. So instead of normalizing pain, tenderness, and congestion, let's look at supporting our lymphatic system, supporting gentle detox. Let's support hormone clearance, and let's reduce stress. Number 3, avoiding self-breast exams out of fear. So many times over the 10 years of my doing thermography and advising, doing follow-up calls with my clients, so many will not do their self-breast exam because they are so fearful of it. They are just afraid. They have no idea what they're doing. They don't understand. And my job with creating the 5 Minutes to Wellness Touch Your Tatas ebook was just that, right? Let's do it. Let's map it out. Let's get a system and let's choose a date, right? And creating the Touch Your Tatas program. So fear keeps many women disconnected from their breasts. Avoidance doesn't protect breast health. It delays awareness. Self-breast exams are not about searching for it. We're not going on a hunting expedition, girls. It's about learning what's normal so changes are noticed and we are remaining calm and we're finding things early, right? So mapping out your breast texture monthly, right? Who can remember where we put our keys? I can't remember what I did yesterday. So map it out every month. New moon for women who are postmenopausal and day 5 for women who still have their period. So every new moon, we're going to sit down, we're going to relax, we're going to do a complete self-breast exam, and we're going to draw out exactly what we feel or make notes of the areas of tenderness, where we feel lumps and bumps, where there's gravel, where there's marshmallows, where it's smooth as silk, and what does the appearance look like? Is there any puckering, dimpling, or changes of skin color? So these are all great things to start teaching ourselves to be in charge, to look lovingly. And I often remind women that emotions are held in the breast, things that are close to the heart, loss, love, disappointment, all these things. And it's during these exams that we can have feelings well up. We can have trauma come back. And we have to honor and thank our body, thank our breasts for reminding us of this and finding the right tools or the right people to understand and let go and or process and work through, right? So number 4, of the biggest mistakes we make for our breast health over 40, detoxing too aggressively. So we all know that we love just jumping right in, regardless if we need it or not. We just love our parasite cleanses. We love our liver cleanses. We love our candida cleanses. But sometimes it's too fast, too much, and our body's not prepared for it. So we're looking at like juice cleanses, extreme fasting, and harsh detox programs, which can spike our cortisol. It can worsen our breast symptoms. And what it does, it causes our stress hormones to rise. The lymphatic system, which was probably already in stress and congested anyways, but it causes this backup. You know what happens when, the beaver dam stops all the flow of the water and then it bursts and it just creates chaos and wipes out roads and all this stuff. So what it does, it changes the effect. We have bad detox reactions. Our lymphatic system starts to change or swell or cause pain, and inflammation increases, which just causes the cascade to worsen. Number 5, ignoring the lymph. So, right, exactly as I just said, ignoring the lymphatic system. So breasts are filled with rich lymph tissue, yet lymph health is barely discussed. I mean, it is out there if you've clicked the right algorithm and you've got that. And I did that beautiful podcast with Dr. Perry Nicholson, who is a huge lymphatic activist and kind of the creator of the Big 6. So if you don't know about that, I'll link that show in the notes. But so tight bras, dehydration, sitting at this computer, not moving, chronic stress can all slow our lymphatic system. This increases the congestion in our breast tissue and, causes a myriad of symptoms when our lymphatic system doesn't flow properly. So, separating breast health from hormones, liver, and gut. Let me say that again. Biggest mistakes that we do when understanding our breast health. For you, who's over 40, woman, female, hot mess mama, we separate our breast health from our hormones, liver, and gut. The breast reflect what's happening systematically, head to toe. Estrogen metabolism, liver detox pathways, gut health, and inflammation are all influenced by breast tissue. Supporting breast in isolation limits results. You are not separate. They are not separate. They are the cherries on top, and they reflect the health of your body. I don't know how many times I can say that. They are the cherries on top, and they reflect the health of your body. If your digestive system is off, it breaks the estrogen metabolism. If your liver is congested or inflamed and is not functioning, it breaks the estrogen metabolism of your body. If you are stressed out, it breaks the production of your estrogen and testosterone, progesterone improperly. Like, there's so much to say here. And again, inside the Touch Your Tatas and the breast health program is where we will dig deeper on that as well. But how we can help all of this is, again, daily movement, breath work, hydration, and whole body support, balancing our hormones, supporting gentle detoxification pathways by first supporting lymphatic system and helping regulate our nervous system health. Living with chronic stress. Number 7, stress helps keep the body in balance. Too much stress, not enough stress. You need stress to get up in the morning. But when we are living in fight or flight, it's reducing our circulation, it's slowing our lymphatic system, it's impairing our healing process, it doesn't let us digest our food, it keeps our inflammation high, it keeps our heart rate high. It reduces circulation even to the tips of the fingers. It creates constipation or loose stool. It creates unrest throughout the entire body, head to toe. Stress keeps the body in fight or flight. And this emotional stress often settles in the chest and breast and gut. This contributes to breast discomfort. What helps us with this? Better nervous system regulation, stopping and breathing for a moment, prayer. Right? Prayer and connection with God, affirmations and rest, right? We all know different affirmations. I've created beautiful 25 affirmations for breast health that we can do every month, and how important rest and listening to our body and its needs is so important. Waiting until fear forces action. Many women only take action to their health when fear arises. Right? We don't have time for it, but we need to be more in tune. We need to be listening. We need to sit still and take care of our bodies. This level of self-care is not just about rebounding or applying this or doing gua sha or doing these things. It is a connectiveness where we're sitting still long enough to hear the body's request for help, right? So many women take action too late when we're not doing self-breast exams. We're not monitoring our stress, when we don't have the tools in our pockets to balance life, right? Empowered prevention means listening early before the body needs to escalate, right? So we need to be in constant awareness. We need to be thinking proactively. We need to understand how we individually need to care for our body, because no one is the same. Everyone's very unique. So sister, please, it's about listening, supporting, and partnering with your body. When we stop listening to the wisdom, the innate wisdom of ourselves, if we don't sit still enough to hear the whispers of those aches and pains and those oddities, our bodies begin to shout, right? This is why I have, gone deeper in my own health education to become a functional nutritionist, a functional diagnostic nutritionist, so that when I'm talking with women, and in the old days, I'm like, oh, there must be a test for that. Now I know there's a test for it because I've studied the testing, right? I've ran myself through the whole modules. I've run every test on myself first and foremost to understand the signals my own body tells me so that I can help women in listening. I can help them understand. And then we have the decisive tools to create better balance, not just for our bodies, but more importantly, our breast health. Like, we really need to break out of this fear that 1 in 8. No, let's be the 1 in 8 who takes steps back, does hormone testing, understands your gut, does GI stool map to look for parasites, mold, candida, and understands our pathways, our detoxification pathways differently. Like, look at your food sensitivities. Let's understand toxicities with hair mineral analysis. Like, the options for investigation are endless, right? But more importantly than that, you as a woman needs to pause, sit, listen, apply love to the body, self-care, self-breast exams, awareness, journal, and reflect. Breast health after 40 isn't about fear. It's about listening, supporting, and partnering with your body. So be sure to click the link in the show notes below to get that Breast Health After 40 quick prevention checklist. If something in you has stirred today, I really invite you to click the Wise Divine Women Health Strategy call. It's free. Let's see how I can help you help yourself in not only your hormone health, menopausal health, aging, longevity, all the wonderful things, but more importantly, breast health, right? I want to be here to help you, help yourself, and in turn, gain the confidence and wisdom to share with others. Become that wise sage I know you want to be. I really have enjoyed talking to you today. Understanding breast health after 40, really 8 steps, 8 things that we really do all the time. And I really hope that this has advocated or spurred a passion within to make changes for yourself. Again, thank you for joining me on the Wise Divine Women podcast, where I help you go from fed up to faith fueled, helping you to become the wise divine women that you've been called to be.